Scientists are not ready for what just happened. In our previous episode, we talked about how scientists were baffled by an unknown space object that appeared suddenly in the solar system. They didn't know what it was made of, where it came from, or why it was here. It was later identified as Comet C 2022 E3, which has now passed Earth. But there's a problem. The comet isn't behaving like a normal comet. Scientists are observing some strange activity and they don't know what to do with this new data. Scientists may have just discovered something incredible, and they don't even know it yet. As I mentioned in our last episode, this comet was first sighted in February 2022 by astronomers at the California Institute of Technology. Since then, it's been on a long journey through space, and it finally reached Earth on February 1st. It wasn't visible to the naked eye, but those who had the right equipment were able to see it pass. There's just one problem. Scientists expected it to look like a typical comet, but that's not the case. Comets are often referred to as dirty snowballs. They're made of dust, rock, and ice, and they leave a trail of gas and dust behind as they move through space. That's what makes them visible. But when Comet C 2022 E3 passed Earth, it didn't leave a gas cloud behind. It's barely even visible at all. And that is because it doesn't have enough gas or dust to be picked up by most telescopes. Scientists are calling this a green comet, because it glows a faint green color when observed through a specific filter. But apart from that, it looks like any other ordinary rock. And that's a big problem for scientists because they've spent years studying this comet, only to find out it's not actually a comet at all. The reason this is so important is because scientists use comets to study the origins of the solar system. Comets are leftovers from the formation of the solar system, so they can tell us what Earth was like before it formed. But if this comet isn't a real comet, then all their research has been a waste. But it gets worse. As the comet approached Earth, scientists noticed something else strange. Normally, comets get brighter as they approach the sun, but this one didn't. In fact, it got dimmer, and that's because, as it approached the sun, it started to fall apart. It broke into pieces, and the trail of dust and gas we see behind it is actually debris. The pieces are still falling apart as we speak, and soon it won't even be visible to our telescopes. So what does this mean? Does it mean that everything we know about comets is wrong? Well, not necessarily. Scientists are still trying to figure out what's going on. One possibility is that this object isn't a comet at all, but something else, like a piece of debris from another planet. If that's the case, then it could be a sign that there's water on other planets in the solar system, which would be amazing. But it could also mean that this comet isn't actually from our solar system at all. It could have come from another star, and that would mean there could be other solar systems out there that are just like ours. Unfortunately, we'll never know for sure because this comet will be gone from our skies forever in a few weeks. But that doesn't mean it's not already changed our understanding of the universe. Who knows what other secrets this comet is hiding? All we can do is wait and see what happens next. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.